Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. This is back in theaters for about 10 days.
Is it that long? I thought it was only for a couple of days.
It's Friday. It's today through next Thursday.
Okay, a week.
Yeah. So 6 or so days actually. But it's certainly a Ninja Turtles movie.
It is. I mean, now I can remember seeing the first Ninja Turtles movie when I was around 14 years old or so. And the second one come out, did it come out a couple years later?
1 year later.
1 year later. Okay.
Maybe less, technically speaking.
So the second one came out, and I didn't really see that at the theater. And obviously, like most sequels, it's not as good as the first, but it was interesting getting to see that at the theater.
Yeah. How I feel about this one is it is more... The first movie, I think, is legitimately just a good movie. Like, just actually a good movie. Not just a good Ninja Turtles movie, but a good movie. This one, it's a good Ninja Turtles movie, and it's a good So Bad It's Good movie. As a movie, this one is not anywhere near the first.
Well, the plot's definitely lacking.
They cleaned it up.
A lot of the fight scenes are not even necessary. They just do it because
It's a Ninja Turtles movie.
Ninja Turtles movie. Like the first big fight of the movie. No, well, it wasn't the first big fight, but it was
the fight in the lab.
In the lab. So
with
the Foot Clan have already came and gotten the ooze. They've got it. The Ninja Turtles show up. All they had to do was leave with the ooze. The Foot Clan did. They've got it. But yet they come back and engage the turtles. There's a whole big fight. And then poof, a smoke bomb. And they leave with the ooze. Why couldn't they just leave with the ooze?
You need a fight.
Totally. I mean, and the movie's filled with stuff like that.
Yes, and the other problem is there's sure probably more Ninja Turtle fight scenes in this one than the first, which is a plus, but it's also less ninja weapons because parents were like, I don't want my kids seeing violence with real weapons. Meaning, in like the opening fight of this movie, they're fighting with like hot dog sausages, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Also, there's no swearing in this one, and the Ninja Turtles are like way more annoying in this one than the first.
I mean,
and I think their voice actors and puppeteers are different people too.
I don't know. I know different April O'Neil.
Yes. Because she left, that actress I think left from the first movie because she didn't like how much swearing and violence was in the first movie, so they had to recast.
I will say this. Most people think Vanilla Ice and the Ninja Rap is the hokiest part of this movie. No, it's really not.
This whole movie has the tone of that scene as that scene. It's not like this is a completely, totally serious movie, like the first Ninja Turtles movie, and then the Vanilla Ice scene happens. No, that scene feels completely in place with what is in this movie. 100%. It feels like it doesn't come out of nowhere. What is weird is the fact that there's a scientist professor in this movie. He is not Baxter Stockman.
He is not. And you expect when you see him, because the cartoon was already out at this point, and the kids are watching the cartoon on Saturday mornings. And then here comes this scientist with a bow tie and everything, and he's not Baxter Stockman. Why isn't he?
Was Baxter Stockman white in the cartoon?
Yeah, and then I want to say,
he's black in the comics. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, but in the cartoon, and when the cartoon first starts, he's just a scientist-looking, nerdy-looking guy, kind of like he was in the movie, But then he gets turned into a fly somehow when the ooze or whatever the mutagen. But he gets spliced with a fly, and he's like, Baxter Stockman's like a fly. But this guy wasn't even Baxter Stockman. So we didn't even get a Baxter Stockman backstory in the live action movie.
When I saw the scientist pop up here, I went, oh, well, that can't be Baxter Stockman because he's white. because I'm so used to Black Baxter Stockman. But no, that now that you say he's white in the cartoon, it's like, so why isn't that just him?
One of the other things too.
No, Bebop and Rocksteady, Toker and Razar.
Yeah. So why did the two mutants that Shredder made in this? Why were they not Bebop and Rocksteady? We've already been introduced to Bebop and Rocksteady through the cartoon series, and the action figures have already been made of Bebop and Rocksteady. Why are they not the? Lots of questions.
So I do know that there is a reason for that one. Bebop and Rocksteady were created for the cartoon, so the movie studio that made the Ninja Turtles movies, their contract only let them use the characters that were in the Ninja Turtles comic books, and Bebop and Rocksteady weren't in the comics yet, so they had to create 2 new characters. The idea for this movie was created with the idea of Tokar and Razar being Bebop and Rocksteady, though, and then they had to go in and change it. Could have just changed the script.
Could have. I guess it was just easier to make 2 new mutants.
But there is like good stuff here. Like Splinter is still the best thing in these movies. Shredder is still very intimidating. Sometimes the Ninja Turtles aren't annoying here. Sometimes they are like the first movie where they're very likable.
Well, here's the thing. The kid that kind of helped them during the movie, and at the end of the movie, he's not even with them. Where did he go? Where did he go? Why is he not celebrating with them? I mean,
He was just
plot hole after plot hole in this thing. I mean, I guess it matters when it's a kid's movie, but come on, plot hole after plot hole in this thing.
Parents complained about Casey Jones, so that kid exists just because they needed a Casey Jones that wasn't Casey Jones.
Yeah.
So
much for the Casey Jones action figure. The kids got all these toys at home, and then they introduce characters that they don't. Yeah.
Whatever. I will say, so much. I don't think I've watched this movie since I was around 7 or 8, and not fully comprehending movies to a huge extent yet. Because rewatching it, I'm like, oh crap, I don't remember like half this movie. So it's clearly been a long time. Meanwhile, the first Ninja Turtles movie, it's like I know that one very well. This one, I was watching it in the theater, and I was going, I don't remember this movie very well. So, I mean, it was nice to get a little refresher on what this movie is and what it's about and what happens in it. And it's fun. It's kind of like the Adam West Batman of the Ninja Turtles franchise.
Yeah. I mean, look.
But it's weird when it's
could have been better. But, if you're
movie.
into Turtles, and you were into Turtles at that time, that's what you had. And it wasn't. It was very watchable. Like, it wasn't horrible. Well, no. Just filled with plot holes and scenes that had existed with no reason to exist other than to get another fight scene. That's
It's better than both the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movies.
Yeah.
It is better than Ninja Turtles 3.
I feel like we're always dumping on Michael Bay, but it's only because he kind of sucks.
It is not better than the 2007 Ninja Turtles animated movie, or the 2023 Ninja Turtles animated movie, or the movie that this is supposed to be a direct sequel to, Ninja Turtles 1990. But there are Ninja Turtles movies that are worse than this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, another 2 that are better than this are Turtles Forever, which was the multiverse movie where the 2003 Ninja Turtles animated series met the 1986 Ninja Turtles animated series because the multiverse opened, and then the Batman Ninja Turtles crossover.
I like the Batman one.
Also better than this.
Yeah.
But this is not anything bad.
No. Certainly, and it's definitely a product of its time.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely a product of its time.
Yes. If this movie came out today, I would be very confused. Yeah.
So that's good. That's what we think.
Yeah. I would give it a B, but that B is purely raining on the fact I watched this as a kid a couple times. If I had just sat through this would be probably in the C's somewhere.
And here's the thing, nostalgia. When I was a teenager when these movies originally came out, and nostalgia does make you want to rate it higher. But realistically, this movie's a C.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.